Opening things up with a bang is our Protoss player to the top right. He starts for LGIM and his ID is
LGIM Yonghua.
Yonghua, just such a solid player. Didn't even rely on normal strategies in that first game. He's up against this guy, one of the best late game PvP players in the world. He is...
Creator Prime.
You do a build like you do in, or Yonghua did in game number 1, and you avoid the late game. You don't see that late game creator that's so good at defending with his sentries at the expand. Oh, he's still so affected by that loss, I feel. He wears it on his face, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. I mean, I can completely understand him here. That would infuriate me so much, but still, he needs to focus on the game at hand, and we can be very sure that he's gonna scout.
Yeah. He's not only going to scout around his base, but scout in his base. This is a big map, and this is going to be a map that really plays in the creator's style, I feel. Last game he went double gas early on with 2 probes in each, got those sentries out, put the Nexus down.
I love games like the last one. There are always a few people who look at the game like this, don't really understand what's going on, and will be like, yeah, well, he just played a 4-gate and he's a cheeser. But this is not what happened here. This is actually analysis at the top level. Yonghua really preparing for Creator, looking at the games that have been played by Creator on this map in particular, the scouting patterns, and just trying to find out, okay, what can I do against this? And not wanting to go into this late game, he's like, okay, if I pull this strategy off, if he sticks to his scouting routine and I can hide a probe in his main base, I can take an easy win in the best of 3 and have a quick lead. And this is not only taking him ahead in the series, this is really playing with
mentally,
Creator's mind.
Yeah. And this is a great build to do in game 1 when you're trying to get into somebody's head. Not only because you get into their head, but also if you mess it up, you're not going to be too affected. You're not going to be losing the whole series over it. You're just going to be a little bit behind in the series in a way where you're like, well, my strategy didn't work too bad. It's not going to make you feel bad because you knew it was a risk to begin with. Both players are double gassed. Yonghua with a slightly faster one. And in fact, a 3 and 3 both. Or 3 and 2, both of them. 3 probes in both simulators. Nice micro by Yonghua, but the probe still comes in and sees this.
Yeah, gets the 2 hits off that you can get off with the Zealot if you micro it well. The third one not there just yet. He needs to wait for his range unit.
Oh wow, he's
going in. Oh, he gets it.
Should have mineral walk there. There's the robotics, hidden right after the probe dies. Then Creator, trademark double gates, probably to add sentries, but no, goes Twilight.
And scouts everywhere in his main base for Pylon. Well, the Twilight Council here, the tech of choice for Creator. We have seen him with a lot in the past going into Stargate on different maps. So on a map like Neoplanet S, he wants to go into the Twilight Council here. Can go for Blink. Scouting for Yonghua, tries to find out if there's a Nexus. He himself went into the robotics first.
Yes. Third gate goes up for Creator. This is a really nice way to play this build, really safe. It's an aggressive build, and it could punish Yonghua if he goes for an expand too riskily. There's the blink coming out right away. He's got so much chrono energy saved to get that blink out. Lightning speed. Oh, Yonghua goes 1 base Colossus.
Yeah, look at this. 1 base Colossus for Yonghua, and already with a probe at the bottom left for Warp in Pylon.
This is actually great for Creator, because on a map of this size, all that he has to do is figure out what sort of build Yonghua is doing. If he sees that Observer, for example, he might assume this. Once he sees no Nexus, then he can start his own Nexus and start to keep the pressure on Yonghua. And Yonghua will never be able to get across the map against Blink Stalkers.
Here comes the robotics for Creator. Therefore, we will see the Observer. Then he has high ground vision. Can jump into his opponent's main base. Really important with this build.
This is pretty cool by Creator. I think he... You know, I think he's doing this just as a precaution. This is a much safer way to play this build. Yonghua's already preparing his attack. He's adding 2 gates right now. Will start his first Colossus right at this moment in time. Everything lining up perfectly for him.
Forward Impala for both of them. Right side of the map and at the bottom of the map. Here comes the first Colossus now. Blink is nearly completed. The robotics is about to be done. Then we will see immediately his first Observer.
Given another more forward pylon by Creator. He's taking baby steps here. He's a little bit defensive until that Observer comes out. He knows his opponent has an Observer in his main base. He wants to pick that one off first. Looks like He checks and sees no Nexus. And now Creator will probably start his own Nexus and then move out because he knows that his opponent is doing some sort of one base all, and there's no way we wouldn't have a Nexus otherwise.
He sees a glimpse of the Observer, but he's a bit too late to actually kill it.
Yeah, he can't waste any more time trying to chase that down. He needs to go out there now and make his Nexus. If he tries to commit to an attack here, it would be a little bit weird considering he's already seen no Nexus.
And Yonghwa knows now what's going on. This is one of the reasons why he doesn't move out yet. He is still in his main base, he's waiting for extended thermal lance to be done, and we have the potential of units being warped onto the high ground. This is something that is not possible anymore in Heart of the Swarm.
Yes.
But in Wings of Liberty, this thing still works really well. And
really
Yonghwa
does.
has the pylon now building, and he also has the high ground
He's
vision.
just going to warp in a Zealot or two as soon as he wants to. And Creator moves back. He's realizing, wait a minute, you don't have a Nexus still.
Ah, nice. He sees it.
This is great for Creator because he can just blink right in here and get these for free.
And he gets the Observer. Yes, he takes the Observer down. He kills all those Zealots. He has the pylon too. That was well done.
And now Yonghwa needs to move across the map. And since Creator doesn't have that forward blink position anymore, he can't counterattack. Yonghwa and Creator are going to have a fight in the middle of the map. That's why this Immortal is so crucial. Yonghwa is going to be supply blocked after he loses this pylon. He starts another one immediately at home.
First supply block, and if the second one is also scouted, then he will be heavily supply blocked here.
Yeah, I don't think Creator will see that one though. And Yonghwa decides not to move out. He could.
He looks for it. He looks for the pylon. He actually searches for it. He misses the probe, but he still sees the pylon at
Yeah,
the bottom
he finds
left.
it. Yonghwa could, at this point in time, take a Nexus and just say, well, I'm ahead of tech.
And he will.
He's being so indecisive here. Both players having to wait so long because it's not certain whether you're going to be attacked or your opponent's going to expand, especially when there's no vision of that natural.
Creator is taking a lead here in supply. We have him currently with the same amount of harvests as his opponent. He's really increasing his Immortal count, which will help him to deal with his opponent's Immortal and with the Colossus. So Creator most likely also going to take an expansion here. Unless he really wants to put on the pressure now, but he has the probe in position, just waiting for the minerals here, so we will head into a longer game.
The concern for Creator now, though, is that his opponent not only has the better Colossus count, but the faster Nexus, so he needs to put some sort of pressure on. He doesn't have to kill Yonghwa, but he needs to do something to him. He can't just take a Nexus and hope to catch up. That just will not happen.
Yeah,
he does have the better Immortal count slightly at 3-2.
Yeah, he's really trying. He's trying to go for it now.
Yeah,
He
this
had
is important.
He had the probe at the bottom, and it looked like for a second that he.
Oh,
I think
these
he was
Colossi a little
hesitating.
bit exposed, but with those Immortals there, he can't blink on them.
Yeah, there are too many.
But
too
the
many
flank-
zealots.
The flank is good here. He needs
Here
some
we
good
go.
force shields on the
Where's-
left.
He's trying to move in, and here comes a blink, a beautiful blink to
Such
the back
good
of the army.
engagement by Creator. He's going to knock down those Colossi. Then he has too much TPS with the Stalkers, and the Sentries doing some extra damage here, but it looks like Creator may be able to just blink forward and end this.
He's in a perfect position right now.
GG.
And game over. Creator takes game number 2.
There was only one way for Creator to take that engagement. It was to attack with a sick flank like that where his Immortals could connect, and that's exactly what he did. That was
We are
awesome.
gonna see a third game here between the two of them.
Whirlwind, another big map that is great for Creator style, especially because this map is a 4-player map. Creator is such a smart player, Cross versus Cross. He always knows exactly what to do when he's behind. When his opponent has a few advantages stacked against him, he knows when to go, how to engage. And he didn't just walk across the map blindly. He set up a perfect flank where he had his opponent's units away from his Nexus, away from that defensive position with the Warp Ends.
I really like what we just saw. Creator just turning things around here, and what we're definitely gonna see is, I hope it's gonna be a little bit longer game 3.
Yeah, I think we certainly will on Whirlwind. This is the map of the Colossus Wars. We have very rarely seen hidden pylons. We've seen DTs on this map from time to time, but it's very tough to see much more than late game on this map. We could see Phoenixes as well from Creator. That would not surprise me.
It's a build that he really likes to use. He went into Stargate quite often. We have this 2 double sentry into expansion build from him. We have also the Stargate. We're gonna find out now what exactly he has planned. The game is loading, and we are ready to go. At Whirlwind, we have our last Protoss versus Protoss of the day. Yonghwa versus Creator Prime. That's the GSL Code A with Paul and Wolf.